Well, hello there and good evening. Thank you for joining me. I am Frost PDP, and today we're playing, but not really. We're talking about Crusader Kings 2, Norse-East-O-Rama, which should be episode 250. And as you can see, this is the last played thing. Update 2.7 is out today. It is March the 7th. I'm going to click the play button. And I want to walk you through a problem I encountered that I think started last night when I was working on completing my Norse-East achievement run. I'm honestly at a loss on how to deal with this from an emotional standpoint because, as you know, I've released about episode 149 today, I think, and this is episode 250. So you can imagine how far back I've been working on this and what I've been making progress on. So for me to be able to tell you straight away that something went wrong last night, I think, is a sign of just sort of where I am in terms of what happened to the campaign, my enthusiasm for Crusader Kings, a bunch of other stuff. And I don't want you to get me wrong, I'm really happy about the experience that I had, even though it's ending in a frustration. But I do have to explain what I went through, what might have happened, why I'm frustrated, and maybe throw a few suggestions Paradox's way while I have your attention, and see what I can do with it. So, as you can see, I'm on version 2.6.3. I am on this version because, as we're gonna... Apparently it's not recording the thing correctly, so let's just re-up that. Okay, as you can see, I'm on version 2.6.3. I am doing that because, as this browser pop-up will tell you, Paradox recommends that you... Our testing shows that it would be possible to continue save game files from 2.6.x and 2.7, but we strongly recommend you finish off any ongoing games in the previous patch level before you update your game to avoid unpleasant surprises. This is especially important if you are achievement hunting in Iron Man. So, I obtained, relatively recently, and you'll see it when I load in, a vassal who took over Rome, and that got me the achievement Protector of the Holy Places, which was cool. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice achievement. But I want to point your attention to this. This is the Iron Man thing. I'm still loaded into the browser, aren't I? Let's close that. This says Norse-East-O-Rama Iron Man. Right? Iron Man. That's what that fist means. I'm telling you right now, Paradox, you need to add a little insignia here that says whether or not this game will break if you load it, and whether or not you are still in an achievement reaching capacity or not. Let me load in and maybe try to explain a little more in detail why this is so frustrating to me. Alright, it's going to take a little while, but while I do, let me tell you the story. So last night I was playing, and this was the 6th. This was before the patch came out, to the best of my knowledge. Maybe I was playing while the patch came out, and that broke the save game. Maybe that desynced me. I was in sort of a race against time. Like, I had to go to bed. It was 9 o'clock, then it was 10 o'clock, then it was 11 o'clock. There's no indicator here that I'm not in Iron Man or achievement mode, by the way. There used to be one here where it said Iron Man is enabled or disabled. It's gone now. I was playing, I was working my way through, and you will hear it when I release it, because I plan on releasing these videos, right? You're going to be able to see how I got where I was. You're going to be able to comment, and even though it'll be way past my ability to take your suggestions into consideration for this campaign, future campaigns, or maybe if I continue this just to its conclusion and face the Aztecs, then I'll be able to take your consideration, your suggestions into consideration. But, you know, as you can see, my character has Kingdom of Mongolia. I want to just show you my vassal tab for a second so you can see, especially with this guy, the Viceroy of Greece. I gave him all of Mongolia at one point, trying to deal with the fact that the achievement didn't pop up. And you can see I revoked his title, minus 120, imprisoned 30, title claimant 20, Earldom of Thrace 25. He still loves me. All my other vassals, not so much, right? But Burgundy loves me too, I guess. But you can see that I was playing with vassals trying to get things to work, because when I took over the Kingdom of Mongolia, it was labeled Kingdom of Uyghur, and the achievement didn't fire, and I wasn't sure why it didn't fire. And I went through each and every one of these to see, well, is this all mine? Do I own it all? De jure, do I own it all? And the answer was yeah, I actually... Well, okay, I don't own it now because it's in Revolt, but I did own it. See? Revolt. Scandinavian Revolt. Mine. Okay. I was like, what happened? I went to bed very depressed. I woke up this morning, went to work, clicked on this, saw nothing, right? No, nothing helpful here. Until I clicked this, and I see Iron Man is enabled. I can't manually save the game, and I can only get Steam achievements in Iron Man mode. Cool, right? Then I look down here and I see achievements disabled. The save file must not have been changed. Now, to devil's advocate against myself, I know enough about computers that I know how to read a script. I read enough that I know that, like, some people claim they found ways to spoof save games. The fact that my vassal is this my vassals are all this pissed off at me that I went to this length to try to fix this should be an indicator that I did this legitimately to the best of my abilities, right? I don't know if I got desynced, if something popped up saying, hey, don't load up, you're not synchronized, and I hit the cancel button and it didn't give me another prompt when I hit play. That might have happened once or twice. I don't know when it happened. I'm assuming it happened last night while I was playing, because previous games, like I said, we took Rome. I know the Pope's occupying Rome, but don't misread that. This guy tried to attack Lombardy and got a war with the Pope. Kind of lost. I'm really frustrated because there's no indicator that you're leaving achievement territory at all. Really, there's nothing. And for somebody who's going to put in... I mean, how many hours could I possibly have put in on Norse-East? I started with an hour-long live stream. This started off as a live stream series, so I'd play an hour and a half at a time. 250 episodes, even at 18 minutes an episode, which is, I never stay to that. Let's call it 20 minutes. Let's bring up the calculator. It's 20 minutes. Oops. 20 minutes times 250. 5,000 minutes divided by 60, that gives me 83 hours I've sunk into this campaign minimum. And I've probably sunk in more like 100. That's 100 hours of my life. It's funny how clicking that makes like a weird thing in the top left corner on open broadcast software. Look, Paradox, all I'm asking is tell me if starting the game is going to break my save game. That's all I want to know. Is it going to break my achievement abilities? In my mind, and I knew this was a risk when I started the campaign and Conclave came out. I knew it was possible the game would break with Conclave. So I always knew that this not working was a possibility. I don't know what happened last night. I don't know what happened the night before. Whatever. I spent a lot of time playing. But it broke. And that's unfortunate. As far as I'm personally concerned, I did what I was supposed to do. I'm not going to do another Norse-East run. If I do, it's because I've got nothing better to do with my life. And that means I've probably been fired from my job, and my fiance left me. It would be bad. I had nothing to prove here. I mean, I know there's another achievement now in India if you're Norse and you go to India, but I don't want to do that. I just don't. Not with coalitions. It's just too much work. If there were no coalitions, this would have been 100 episodes shorter. There are. I don't think you can do achievements without them. I'm better at playing them against each other now, but there's no point. I got the Kingdom of Mongolia. I did Norse-East. I could do whatever the hell it is that they want me to do. Oh, look, this changed. I can do whatever it is they want me to do with going to India. Probably, if I really wanted, I could do a world conquest. I know the event chain for Sunset Invasion is starting. I kind of almost want to play Sunset Invasion because I've been waiting for it. I fought the Mongols. My troops are on the eastern side of the world. I can try to rush them to the western side to try to fight them off. Especially my vassal's kind of not happy with me. But the truth is, the only reason I would even really do that is just to experience it. and I'd probably win. And even if I lost, I'd probably reclaim. And worst case is I would go on to EU4 with this, update all my EU4, and I think I'm 2 or 3 patches behind on EU4, which I don't really want to spend the money to do this. And then I would have a rival in High American. If you look at Arumba's Kingdom of Might series, you'll see just what the advantage in pips is. Unit pips, it's very significant. So while I have your attention, I do want to call your mind to one thing, right? So this is the Caspian Sea. This is the Aral Sea. This is not considered coastal by the game. It should be. Why? 2 reasons. 1, well, let's face it. As a Norse, I sailed my boats from here all the way down to the Black Sea. So I sailed them from Ladoga, I sailed them from the Gulf of Finland all the way down to the Black Sea to take over Greece early in the campaign. That launched this campaign. In the meantime, I see all these rivers here. First of all, you could theoretically have built a canal here, but, you know, that's just beyond. I mean, I've read about ancient attempts to build a Suez Canal. They existed. This river, I know the rivers are redrawn in Monks and Mystics, but this river looks sort of like it connects to this one, which connects to this one, which connects to this, which, oh yeah, that's how they get the boats there. So the Caspian Sea should be definitely navigable. You should be able to set up trade republics on it. It's unfortunate you can't. The Aral Sea, it's tiny, but, you know, I mean, like, look, just look at it this way. You have provinces here, you have provinces here. Meanwhile, you have mountains all the way through here, and desert all the way through here. Do you think that people trading from here and here are going to walk? They're going to sail a boat. This is 4 sea tiles. 1 is even a gull, which is short for gulf. Give me a break. Make this navigable. Anyhow, you know, you're going to see the remaining episodes. I'll be interacting with you in the comments. I have nothing really more to say. I want to thank the community for joining me. I really want to thank you all. You've been amazing. The channel has grown a lot since I started this campaign. I hope it continues growing. I'm going to be playing more Stellaris probably because I need a break from this. I'll probably upload a Stellaris video at the same time I upload this. You know, we have 100 episodes. That's like 2 episodes a day. That's 60 in a month. It's about a month and a half worth of this campaign saved up. But I want you to have a fair expectation going in. The save game broke. You need to be aware of it. You know, I was hoping that I would get the achievement on a Saturday episode. I didn't. I was hoping I'd get on a Sunday episode. I didn't. Turns into this. It's like, okay, where do we go from here? Well, we go into space. But I'm going to be thinking that I'm playing these guys the whole time. And who knows, maybe I will go into, you know, doing this whole export to EU4 thing, and maybe I will go into this whole try Vicky 2 out and then go into Hearts of Iron 4. No, I would never do that. That would make no sense. But what I will promise you is that I will eventually come back to Crusader Kings. I'll do something because it's a game I'm pretty good at, but right now I'm a little burned out on it. I'm very disappointed, and I want to thank you all again just so much for joining me. And as always on this channel, La Paz.